Well, hello! Welcome back to my channel. Just Shauna here to talk about some friggin' books. This is gonna be a very short wrap-up right now. I am about to be traveling, which I'm gonna talk about in a different video. Since I'm going to be gone, I wanted to do a wrap-up of just a few books I've recently read. I mean, I do my recent wrap-ups like 3 to 6 books usually. This is only 3, so whatever, and one of them I've talked about extensively already. Bear with me. Well, also, I do have a DNF in this group, and that is The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi. I started and I got to about 50 pages of this book. I just wasn't feeling it. This was the Pushinicorn pick, and I don't know if I just wasn't in the mood for it. I wasn't like angry about it. I wasn't like, this is terrible. I just wasn't loving anything about it really. So sorry to everybody who wanted me to read this. Because I can't do it. I don't know, I might try it again some other time. I think it was just a mood thing and kind of feeling like there's so many other books that I'm really anxious to get to and that I am reading currently, that this one I didn't want to prioritize it. And then the book that I have talked about extensively already because I did a separate video for it, Darkdawn by Jay Kristoff. This is the 3rd book of the Nevernight Chronicles, the final book in this trilogy. I won't talk about the plot too much. Mia, murder, death, angst, and things. And there you go. If you care more, you can go check out my review book chat I did about this. I did not love it. I did not like it. Initially in that review, I said I gave it a 3 Pushinicorn, but I have since amended that because the more I sat with it, the more I was like, nah, man, because 3 for me is like, that's kind of like the even keel, you know, that's like the even bar. Like, it was pretty decent. Didn't blow me away, but probably wasn't really anything I really hated about it, but there was things I hated in this. So, on my 1 to 10, and I didn't change the 1 to 10 rating, but what I did was I adjusted the qualifications for a 2.5 and a 3 rating, because before, if it was a 5.1, that would count as a 3, and I just was like, that doesn't really feel like a 3 to me. Like, that's halfway, and out of 5, 2.5 is halfway, you know what I mean? So I just felt like, to be fair to that kind of a rating scale, I changed it. So it's a 5.1 on my 1 to 10, which now translates to 2.5 Pushinicorns. So sorry. And then I did a childhood chapter book reread. I think this would count as middle grade or maybe like young reader. I'm not real sure. The Library Card by Jerry Spinelli. I had this book from my childhood, like I said, and I remember like just being enthralled with it, and like I just had a memory of reading this book. Do you know what I mean? And thinking it was so fun, and so I just wanted something quick and easy to kind of push me along. And I've been wanting to reread more of my childhood books, so I did, and you know, it was fine. It was a childhood book. It kind of feels like an early reader because it's just very simplistic. I rated it pretty high for like memorable, since I'm 33 years old and I remembered like, oh, I liked that book when I was a kid. So obviously it made some sort of an impression on me as a child. As an adult, rereading it, I didn't rate it super high because, you know, it's for kids. So I kind of don't even want to rate it. I'm just gonna give it like an even 3 Pushinicorns. Because like honestly, like my enjoyment and like whatever of it would be lower than that. Like a 2.5 is technically what I gave it, but that's not really fair. I'm not the audience for this book anymore. And then I read the second summer of the Sisterhood, which is the 2nd book in the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series. I'm rereading this. I knew that I had read the first 2. I'm fairly certain I've read the 3rd. Oh my God, you scared the crap out of me. I don't remember where I left off, but I was talking about rereading the series, and I buddy read this one with Cammie at Cammie's Corner because she wanted to reread the first two as well and then continue on with the series. I'm very familiar with the first two, and that's why I'm questioning whether or not I read the third and the fourth one, simply because I've seen the movies for the first and the second one quite a few times, so I'm really familiar with these plot lines, these storylines. But I was kind of annoyed in this one, not gonna lie. It was a quick read, very easy writing style. It's contemporary and it's, you know, about these friends, whatever. It's another summer with them. And I like all of them. And the thing that kept me going through this book was Bridget's storyline, and then knowing like the characters and knowing their friendship and just loving their friendship that they have with each other. And I did like the bits where they brought in kind of the mother's friendship a little bit more between the moms. That was kind of cool to see. Aside from Bridget, the rest of them were driving me nuts. Tibby, not as much, but freaking Carmen, oh my God, I could not. What the heck was that?
I don't know, actually.
Is it looking pretty sad?
Pretty bad. It smells bad.
Oh, don't eat that. I don't want to smell it.
Just smell it.
I don't want to smell it.
I need your help. No.
Don't trip. I mean, it's asparagus. Like how you're like, oh, you're smelling it.
You gotta get in on it too. You haven't noticed yet. I struggle to make decisions by myself.
Yeah. Yet it annoys you when I'm trying to help you by making decisions. You want the help when you're ready for the help?
Exactly.
Okay.
There's two types of people in the world. There's certain people who can set aside their frustrations and just get the task done. And there's some people who like gotta do it first. And I'm one of them people who just have to have like a what the fuck moment first.
But I feel like I have the what the fuck moment as I'm solving the problem. Yeah.
Well, I guess like being able to still function while frustrated.
To function while frustrated. Hashtag. No, it makes sense.
I need a minute.
I totally get
when
it.
shit happens because I'm just like, why? Like, how the fuck did this happen? Why?
See, I think that's also a fatal flaw, is trying to figure out.
Why? That's part of my problem.
Sometimes shit just happens, man.
Fuck,
You want there to be a logical.
I want there to be a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if something happened and I know for a fact it's karma, like, wow, this is like a revelation, I can let it go. Like, I can let it go. But if I don't know why,
stop trying to find the why, man.
right? But you know, like losing shit, that's the biggest why when you lose something.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck did this happen?
Because people lose shit.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
It happens all the time, every day. Many times a day. Back to the book again. So yeah, Carmen was so annoying in this. Oh my God. Tibby was pretty annoying a couple of times. Lena was pretty obnoxious. But Carmen took the cake. This girl, I understand, and I think it's just one of those things where it's difficult for me because as a teenager, of course, I would be like kind of sassy to my mom every now and then. And I'm sure I was annoying and dumb. Like, I can just imagine me and my friends being so obnoxious. But Carmen was just a brat. She was just being a little bitch. Like, just a bitch. And like just acting like a little 10-year-old, throwing tantrums. And I just was like, oh my God, you're the literal worst. So it rated a little lower for me on my 1 to 10, 5.5, which translates still to 3 Pushinicorns. Just a little on the lower end for 3. So that's all the books that I am going to talk about today. Like I said, I just wanted to get these out of the way before I go on my trip. As always, thank you so much for your time. Hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.